Have you heard about ITTO Science? Well, ITTO Science, the book based on the 6th edition, is now out. Now, ITTO Science has been around for going to a decade. It was a student of mine who said, Phil, I think you should do an ITTO-centric view of the PMBOK guide. So I took him up on that challenge. Eduardo, if you're watching, thank you very much for the idea over a decade ago. And the rest is history. ITTO Science has helped many folks on the PMP exam. Now, you might wonder, why is it coming out so late in the day? The reason is PMI moved the goalpost so far in the 6th edition. So much stuff had changed that it was hard to get this down, but now it is out. So for those of you that wonder, what exactly is ITTO Science? What is in it? I'll give you a quick tour of the book. So the book presents an ITTO-centric view of the PMBOK guide. It shows you inputs, outputs, tools, and techniques. So let's observe some of these relationships here. For every output, we have an image showing you where that output is from. So you can see accepted deliverables comes from validate scope. Going to the next page, you then see where that output is going to as an input. So accepted deliverables, they come from validate scope, but they go into close project or phase. And that is how the book is broken out in entirety. Let's take a look at another example here. This is EEF updates. This shows you EEF updates comes from 3 places: acquire resources, develop team, manage team. You see, so going through the patterns depend on how deep you want it to go. If you want it to go really deep and detailed, and you wanted to take a look at the project management plan and all the places it goes into, for example, even though there's a quick way of doing that, or if you wanted to take a look at project management plan updates, see all the possible places those could come from, and things such as this, right? If that's kind of how you study, looking for commonalities, for example, parametric estimating used in estimate activity durations, estimate cost, and estimate activity resources, you can see the commonalities. That's what I'm saying. You can see the commonalities. This book is about 160 plus pages, and it goes into, like I said, those ITTOs that appear in your summaries, the summaries 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, all of those ITTOs, those are the ones we attacked, okay? And that's pretty much how the book is, but it's broken down piece by piece for you to see what comes from a particular place, or where does that particular output come from. Like agreements, it comes from conduct procurements. That's the only place you see it from. But where is it going? All of these places. Develop project charter, monitor and control project work, which is quite interesting if you're studying and you're beginning to lose focus of where does this go? Where does this come from? This serves as a nice final check. In fact, there was an exam I went into, and as I was preparing for the exam, I used ITTO Science. I believe it was my CAPM exam, my first CAPM exam in 2011. That was after I got certified. And I used this book, and I discovered, that is when I began to discover a lot of commonalities, among processes, technical processes. You will make your own discoveries. I'll make my own discoveries, but it's a good tool and a good vehicle to call your attention to stuff that you might have otherwise overlooked. So if you're getting ready for the exam and this sounds like something you want, it's available right now. I've got a good intro price for you. Look at the link somewhere below, to the side, wherever it is, or just go to tinyurl.com/ITTO Science 6 with the number 6. That's tinyurl.com/ITTO Science 6. Those of you who've been asking for it, here it is. Go get it. Talk to you later.